Hi guys, this is Rahul here from myview.rahulavia.net, which is my blog. Here in this screencast, I am going to just extend the previous example of piping with some custom piping. And if you have any questions around my articles, videos, you can just tweet me around Rahul Sahay19 at the Twitter handle, or you can just post your questions on my Yammer stuff on GitHub. Ami basically means is ask me anything. Although there are guidelines around that, so you can just go through and you can just post your questions. So I've just created this stuff for you guys. There are many questions I got an email, and those remain many of those remain unanswered, and few of them get answered. And those are basically remain as in private thing. Like so, I thought it would be good idea if everything gets a global exposure so that others can also get benefited. So for that stuff only, I have created one AMA stuff as well on GitHub, so you can open any issue around my articles and you can ask me any questions around that. So that's the one thing. And the next thing which I wanted to talk here is let's just quickly move into this piece over what I wanted to talk is this is called custom pipe. So what I have done here is I have created one movie review. So movie review is an object here which has couple of properties, which has got movie name, which is Die Another Day, review, which is a very big one, and rating is 5. So review which I have taken, basically this is I have not written, basically I have taken it from IMDb site, which is basically a movie review site, international movie review site, which has got everything listed over there. There are open APIs from them as well, so you can just utilize upon as a developer license if you like to do. Now from there only I have borrowed some reviews, and here I just pasted that. So the whole idea around building custom pipe is you have seen many sites wherein there are bunch of reviews are there, and they have got many text involved, right? Maybe it looks like a kind of essay somebody has written, right? But in order to give you a gist of that, what review is going to be on a web page, it is going to be around 100 or 120 characters, right? So for that kind of behavior, there are custom piping operation comes into the picture as far as Angular is concerned. So what does basically pipes means, it is going to modify the output in terms of your way, like how you would like to present it to that to that web page, right? So here in this context, let's say this is the entire summary which is written by some of the viewer, right? And I would like to present it into some 100 words or 120 words. Then how would I achieve that? So for that reason, there is custom pipes kicks in, right? So for that case, I have created some of the things the very first thing which I have created is one HTML page, so which is going to emit me title, review, and rating, right, from this movie review object with this uh, props, right. The first thing is from Angular itself, that is uppercase, so it is going to print my movie name in the uppercase. Review is going to be my custom pipe, and this is I am going to write in front of you guys, and rating it will get printed as it is, right. So for that custom pipe, I would be needing one TS file. So TS file is for that I have created already this file, reviewpipe.ts, and here I have nothing basically. I am going to just write. So let's get started. So for that, I'm going to need some stuffs from Angular library itself. So I'm going to need basically pipe, which is going to be a data annotation over here, and obviously pipe interface. Now this all stuff will get from Angular core library. So this is the first thing which I was expecting, and sorry, this is going to be pipe transform, and which is basically an interface. So this is going to implement one method called transform, which we'll see in some time. Now this pipe, as I was talking about, this is going to be an annotation of that, so that has to be like this. and this is a function, and it basically expects me an object over here which is going to be a name of that, and that name is going to be basically a string. So here I am going to provide this name of the pipe, basically which is going to be part in my which is going to come as in my HTML piece which we have been seeing here, right? So this review is nothing but the name of the pipe which is coming from here. That's the one thing. And again, I'm going to need one class here. Now here I need to export this class so that it can be publicly available, of course. So let's give some name to this. How about this guy, review pipe. I'm just missing some keystrokes, looks like. Anyways, this is going to implement me pipe transform. Now this guy, of course, this is going to be a class. This is going to be a class, right? Now this guy, if you see this is giving me Redis quickly. The reason being is it's saying that it has interface has not been implemented, and for that transform method is missing. So this is going to have transform method, and which is basically going to need two, basically it needs two inputs. So the one it needs is first as um, a value which is of type string, and another one is args which is of type string array, and it is going to have the implementation what we would like to achieve with this custom pipe. So let's say it is going to return me whatever the value is coming over here. So let's say if my value is there, if something is coming, if this thing is true, then I am going to return me that value. And I like to do that, as I said, I like to just show that 100 to 120 characters. So right from the beginning to, let's say, 120 characters, plus I'm just going to append this with some dot 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 stuff, and that's it, right? This is done. So what this guy is doing is, like, very first thing, it has imported these two fundamental stuffs around pipes. So there is one pipe annotation which is going to need the name of the, which is going to annotate the pipe name with some anything which you would like to give it. I have given it review. Pipe transform, which is going to have the body of what pipe it is going to do. So and this pipe transform basically implements this method transform, which needs two parameters. So one parameter is like value, which is going to be the input stuff. So that input is coming from here, sorry, coming from here, as you can see here, that which is going to be the review. This is going to be treated as my input thing here, and then this, if this is true, then it is going to just substring on that value, and it is going to return me first 120 characters. That's it. Now let's just save this, and let's go to this app component. So not this app component, this app component. So just go to top, and the very first thing is it has to be declared. In order to use the pipe, it has to be exported first. So it has to be done with pipes, and it is will be array, of course, if you are having custom number of pipes over here. So I'm going to just take this name of this pipe is class, which is review pipe, of course. Now this is giving me Redis quickly again because it needs to be imported. Now let me just go ahead and paste this guy again, and let's say I'm going to need you from name of the file is review.pipe. Now everything looks fine, I guess. So just let me build this guy, and hopefully we should be fine with this. So when I just run this app, so here you go. Everything is coming as expected. So it has taken 120 characters. After that, it just appended 5 dots as per our design. It just uppercased everything, whatever is the my movie name, that is Die Another Day. Rating, it has been it as it is, what is emitted from that object. So let me just summarize that what we have done over here. So this is kind of very interesting and tricky stuff. As let me just so this is the thing. So the main body of this custom pipe is this one, like this pipe.ts, review pipe.ts. So what it is doing here is, first thing is like it is importing two things, pipe and pipe transform from Angular library. Then it is annotating with the name what is going to be here in my HTML. So this is coming from here, and then it is implementing this transform in this class, right? With this transform method, this transform body is going to have the implementation what this pipe is going to do. So this is the very plain and simple stuff which we have seen here, and in order to use this pipe we just imported this over here and registered this with the my app component. So I hope you have liked this section around creating or building the custom pipes. In the coming section, we'll delve further in Angular 2 components. Till then, stay tuned and happy coding. Thanks.